Good afternoon, family. And happy Sunday. Thank you, London, for the warm introduction. I really appreciate and love you dearly. Thank you, family, for being here this weekend. You've had such an amazing time. Thank you, Cousin Terry, for allowing me this opportunity to speak in front of the family today. I know I'm a work in progress, but with God's grace, I'm definitely covered. The topic that I will be speaking on today is discovering optimism within you and how that relates to family. This starts with a quote by Nicholas M. Butler that states, "Optimism is essential to achievement and is the foundation of process and true courage." This all relates to me when I did not make the cheer team summer 7th grade. I'm sure you're thinking, how could she be optimistic about this? Or this can't really be much of a story. Though, let me share a little more. My mom and I got the email to sign up for sideline cheer. We decided it'd be good if I cheered since I had cheered for basketball months prior. So I did. I looked at all the requirements it took to make the team. I compared those skill sets to the skill sets I already had. While looking on that list, I saw flipping. And I cannot flip for the life of me. So I was a little nervous. While also looking on that list, I saw jumps. Left hurdler, right hurdler, pike, and toe touch, which I was able to do. Thankfully, I was able to take tumbling classes, so I had a little bit of help. I worked hard to perfect my jumps, and even harder to get the flipping down. Then tryout week comes around. With tryout week, we have clinics, and the last day is tryout week. When I got there, honestly, all the nerves went away. I learned a chant and a dance and rocked it. I knew I was going to be on that team. Though, when it was time for the flipping portion, I chickened out. I didn't do it. I lost some points right there. I was so disappointed in myself. They split us up into groups of 3 to 4. Now it was time for the real thing. I walked out spurting with a smile and did my chant and my dance great. I walked out with my head held high. It took 2 days for the results to come out. The day of the results, I remember vividly. I got home, took a nap, and when I woke up, I saw that the numbers were out. And I didn't see my number there. I was so disappointed, so confused on how I didn't make the team. I thought I did so well. I guess I was wrong. I never wanted to try out for another cheer team ever again. I started second guessing myself, like, did I point my toes? I bet those arms were sloppy. Did you even smile? Maybe if you did those things, Leigha, you wouldn't make the team. Though cheer for basketball came around, and with my previous upset, I was a little nervous to try it again. But thankfully, I remembered the quote I mentioned to you at the beginning of my speech by Nicholas M. Butler that states, "Optimism is essential to achievement, and is also the foundation of courage and true process." And that is where I found optimism. I hope I can do it, hope to make it that, hope I will be on that team. I decided one closed door did not mean the rest of my doors would be closed. So I took a risk. And with that risk, I made the team. Even better, I became captain of that team. I didn't let one small failed attempt get rid of all the attempts in the future. On that day, I stumbled upon a quote by an unknown author that stated, "A good cheerleader is not measured by the height of her jumps, but by the span of her spirit." And I took that to heart. From getting the email to doing the clinics to not making the team, let's just say I've learned a whole lot. But the most important thing that I learned is that it's best to be optimistic in every situation. And I'm so blessed I learned that. With the right tools, any one of us has the opportunity to be optimistic. Now, you might be wondering, Leigha, how can you tie this lesson and message into family? There are many ways for a family to be optimistic. Optimism brings happiness and contentment to a family. From a quote by Dean and Simon that states, "A person with strong ties to friends and family and commitment to spending time with them have the highest levels of well-being." Family members love to have a safe place that exists only in their memories, somewhere to feel comfortable and loved, somewhere to call home. Family reunions can bring back and reinforce memories and ideas of home. Memories of being together, bonding, having a great time, and creating special moments with one another. Optimism helps families develop positive attitudes even when their chips are down. Somewhere where you can unapologetically be yourself. Research has shown that when we compare traits of optimists to pessimists, we find that optimists are less likely to become depressed or anxious and do better in school or work. Optimists and pessimists are also ingrained personality traits. Optimists are more resilient and they also tend to live longer. There are many things in life that we're unable to control, but one part of our life that we are able to control is our optimism. So, what I would like to leave with you today is that being optimistic is about viewing life in a special way. This could be with your mom or your dad, your sister or your brother, your aunt or your uncles. Know that there's something good in every situation, so make the best out of it. Know that change is a positive sign of growth, not a negative or a failure. Know that a problem or a mistake is an opportunity to grow, because everything is possible with a positive attitude and hard work. Know that every time there's a closed door, there's always something better in store. Happiness, confidence, satisfaction, and love are all keys to a positive in relations and being optimistic. Optimistic people are more satisfied with their lives even when they're going through difficult times. So, choose to be happy, not sad. Choose to be a lover, not a hater. Choose to be a giver, not a taker. Choose to be positive, not negative. Within our Joe White family, you're all strong and resilient and have what it takes to make the world a better place. Optimism is the belief that good things will happen in the future and that you can help bring about a positive way into your life and into the world. It makes us feel happy and confident and motivates us to keep trying, even when we encounter roadblocks to our goals. Find God-given blessings in every situation. Remember that each day is one of the indispensable keys to bouncing back, being resilient, and achieving optimal health. Our roots run deep. Find God-given blessings in every situation. Give it a try. I know you can do it. It's about finding the optimism within each and every one of you. Thank you.